really this is a fantastic sign, and it definitely shows that there's some interest there. So if a woman is trying to read you, let's think of the flip side of that. Let's say you're totally ugly. Let's say you're a bum on the street. In this case, she wouldn't be trying to read you. She would be totally ignoring you and looking past you. So if she's taking the time to try and figure you out, trust me, this is to your benefit. And there's a really good sign that she does in fact find you attractive. Hello world, Prince here, and welcome to my channel, Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating, style, personal development, and so much more. All right, so for my returning friends, definitely make sure you give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead and do it just to, support the channel. And if you're new, definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing. As you know, it helps with the algorithm, it helps the channel to grow, and it really does work to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. All right, so for today's topic, we're gonna be going over something different here. We're gonna be touching on the 7 secret signs that women reveal that show that they do in fact like you. So we're going to be going over these 7 different signs, and I will be breaking these down in detail, so definitely make sure that you stick around until the end, because this one is going to be packed with a ton of really good information. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, so hopping right into the video. So for the first secret sign that shows that a woman does in fact really like you, this is going to be, she mentions that, you're mysterious, or, she just can't read you. So if a woman says she can't read you, really this is a fantastic sign, and it definitely shows that there's some interest there. So if a woman is trying to read you, let's think of the flip side of that. Let's say you're totally ugly. Let's say you're a bum on the street. In this case, she wouldn't be trying to read you. She would be totally ignoring you and looking past you. So if she's taking the time to try and figure you out, trust me, this is to your benefit. And there's a really good sign that she does in fact find you attractive. But full disclosure, I've mentioned this previously, but it's definitely worth restating again. When you're talking about signs that women give off to men, you're going to want to make sure that you're reading these signs in what we call clusters. So that means if you see one sign, that does not mean anything for sure. But if you see 2 or maybe 3 in succession, this is a great indicator that, hey, she probably does have some sort of attraction for you. Moving right along, for sign number 2 that shows that a woman does in fact secretly like you, this is going to be she mirrors you and maybe even talks like you a little. So you may have actually seen this in a relationship before, where you start talking a certain way, and then over time, your woman starts talking a little bit like you. So the closer and closer she gets with you, the more and more likely that this is to happen. But in some cases you will see this in close friends. If you're really close to a girl and she kind of looks up to you, it's no shock to me that maybe over time she does in fact end up talking a little bit like you. It's just one of those subtle things that happen over time. And yes, it's one of those things to keep in the back of your mind, because she may in fact secretly like you. So for sign number 3, for secret signs that she does in fact actually like you, this is going to be that she laughs really hard at your jokes, even if they're not that funny. So if she's laughing really hard at your jokes, this is definitely something that you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to. But really the most important thing to pay attention to here is if you're in a group setting and she's the one laughing the hardest and the most engaged with you. For sign number 4, for the secret signs that show that a woman does in fact like you, that is going to be she gets jealous anytime you engage with another woman right in front of her. So full disclaimer, women do try and keep this one on the DL, so you might not be able to spot this unless you're really paying attention. But one particular situation that comes to mind for me is, when I went to a party that, I was invited to, my friend was cooking food, having friends over, and, we were doing a little drinking. But when I got there, I was going around meeting the friends at the party. And of course, I just so happened to talk to different women that were there as well. But what I noticed is, my friend would come over and she would sort of hover, maybe grab my arm. And it was clear that she was getting a little jealous of the attention I was receiving from the different women at the party. I had inadvertently created a sort of competition, and really that wasn't my intention, but at this point, I was just sitting back and enjoying the show. So if a woman is doing this to you, yes, there is a strong possibility that she does in fact secretly like you. But hey, really quick, if you made it this far, congratulations. You are on your way to becoming a premier gentleman and scholar. So definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing. As you know, it helps with that algorithm, it helps the channel to grow. And it really does work to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. So for sign number 5, that she does in fact secretly like you, this one is going to be she is constantly viewing your posts and liking your posts on social media. Now wait. This one I would take with a grain of salt. I mean, when you're dealing with social media, there are so many subtle nuances and, just different circumstances that it's really difficult to say anything for certain. But I mean, it is something that you should keep in the back of your mind. I would consider it a sign, but I definitely would not go just based off of this. More than likely, I would need to see, maybe 2 other signs. And then at that point, I can say, okay, there's a good chance that this girl really does in fact like me. Sign number 6, that a girl does in fact secretly like you. This one is going to be she initiates contact with you consistently. And she finds different random reasons to contact you. So in a lot of cases, if women like you, what they'll do is they'll find different reasons to reach out to you, and they'll almost disguise their intent by coming up with really good reasons for why they're contacting you, even though the overarching reason why they're reaching out is because they do in fact like you. i.e., hey, like, how'd you do on that homework? How'd you do on that exam? This song made me think about the last time we hung out, etc., so forth and so on. I can go all day with this. I mean, they really just come up with the randomest of reasons. But, if you find that they're consistently doing this and initiating contact with you, then yes, there's a good chance that she does in fact actually like you. And last but not least, sign number 7, that indicates that a girl does in fact secretly like you. This is going to be, she has open body language when being around you. This can mean she's touching you, bumping into you. She's revealing sensitive parts of her body to you. She has her purse when she's sitting down closer to you. Really, all of these things indicate that she has a certain level of comfort with you, and there is in fact a good chance that she does have some attraction for you as well. So definitely make sure you're keeping these in the back of your mind. Shameless plug, I did actually make a whole video on choosing signals, so I'll go ahead and link that here for your viewing pleasure. Definitely make sure that you go and check that one out because it goes into extreme detail on all the different signs that you may have seen from women. So definitely check that out. That is a great video and great resource for you. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. Like, definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell. That is extremely important. You know, it helps the algorithm, it helps the channel to grow. It really does work to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. So definitely let me know down below if you think, you know, I missed out on some of the top signs that, you know, a woman does in fact secretly like you. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And if you need to reach me, my email will be in the description down below as well. But you know, until next time, gentlemen and scholars.